Hello and welcome back to this, an exciting Let's Play of Soul Gambler. We are now on Chapter 3, Destiny, Fate, and Destination. So let's jump straight in. I've got like my big cup of tea and I'm ready to go. I was so tired that I slept soundly throughout the trip. The stewardess had to wake me up. We had arrived in Dublin. Excuse me, where should I go to make my flight connection to Panama City? There must be some misunderstanding, sir. This is a direct flight, sir. There is no flight connection. And if I may add, it would be quite strange to make a stop in Dublin on a flight to Panama. Yeah, I know it makes no sense, but that's what I was told. It's written here on my ticket. Look. 1 minute, please. Let me check, sir. I've been duped. Sir, I don't know how to explain this. I am very sorry for what happened. Your connection wasn't in this city. I don't know how the attendants didn't notice you were embarking on this flight with the wrong ticket. Great. What about the bad weather? Ooh, yeah, actually, we could say, what about the bad weather? Bad weather? The only way you could justify a connection in Dublin would be if the world was coming to an end. Where did you learn geography? Don't worry, sir. We can book your flight to Panama for tomorrow morning, and I'll have to wait here. You'll be staying in a nearby hotel, at our expense, of course. Okay, thanks for helping. I was not satisfied, but I knew it was important to be out of the country, and the idea to walk around and enjoy Dublin also didn't seem all that bad. Then a girl passed by, close to me. She seemed familiar, and there was something special about her. I was out of the country, that was the most important thing. And the idea to walk around and enjoy Dublin didn't seem that bad. Something about that girl caught my attention. That was really weird, it just skipped around to some of the things that I already thought. Something about that girl caught my attention, but I thought it was better to find a cab and go to the hotel. The hotel room was simple, but neat. I took a bath and changed my clothes. After a while, someone knocked at my door. The door opened and a black man came in. I would really appreciate if strange people stopped coming out of nowhere. Damn you, Faust! All of the bloody places in this world, why did you come to Ireland? What's wrong with you? There was a strange thing about him. One of the man's eyes was green. Just one. This was happening all the time. You were supposed to be in Panama. Who are you? I'm the bloke who's trying to save your bloody ass. A task you are making annoyingly hard. She's too powerful here. I cannot protect you here. Protect me? Yes, from the witch. This is her land. She was born in these lands. Here, her powers are stronger than she can manipulate many kinds of energies. We need to get you out of here immediately. We need to go. I'll leave tomorrow. Where are you going? Panama. The powers are not stronger in Dublin, but our lands are nearby. Are you sure you will do exactly as I say this time? You need to leave this country. Yes, I'll leave. I'm here by mistake. I already have the correct ticket and all that. Alright, but be careful, she's around here. Don't leave Dublin. Do not, by any means, do not get, by any means, close to Galway. Thanks, I guess. I decided to take a nap. I was tired. When I woke up, it was night. I wanted to enjoy the city. I thought it would be a good idea to go and find me a nice pub. Wow. Yeah, mate. I recently got myself into a curse. I have sold parts, well, I've sold no parts of my soul, but I have the ability to sell some of my soul. And the first fucking pub I go to is the Cursed Soul. Look at this place. This is not the type of place where a guy recovering from like a fucking soul-selling addiction is happening. And Jesus Christ, okay. I entered the first pub that looked interesting, like an idiot. The name seemed ironically appropriate. This guy looks awesome, loving the shaved heads, and also the beard. Beard is lush. Hi, how can I help you, fellow? This pub has an interesting name. The Cursed Soul. This is a typical pub with an unusual history. In the early 20th century, a famous master brewer built this place. He always dreamed of having a pub, share the joy and help people create bonds, he said. But he was always broke. He loved to gamble, and he always lost everything. One day, he said he had won a big bet and had all the money he needed. But he was not happy. And why not? Perhaps because of the emptiness we feel after getting what one wants in exchange for who we are. The fact is, he committed suicide on the opening day. That is macabre. Even more macabre is that he changed the name of the pub at short notice. The Cursed Soul wasn't the original name. He said the new name was to represent the price he paid for the pub to last forever. Well, the pub is still here, firm and strong after all this time. Now you tell me, fellow, what do you think that happens when someone commits suicide? The person just dies. You're quite a skeptical fellow. Death is the end. There's nothing after that. After knowing all that you know, do you still believe in that? If you knew what I've seen in recent days, you would know that it's all just madness. Madness, you say? Madness is denying the truth that unfolds before your very eyes, out of fear of the unknown. Ha 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 ha! No need to look so serious. If I could tell you what happened to me, you would know why I'm so serious. I always do that. I tell the story of the pub, and I ask the same question. But I'll never forget the answer that an old lady gave me. What did she say? That a person who commits suicide leaves a part of their soul behind, forever. And that part of the soul transforms itself and becomes something new, separated from its source. It stays there, working to prevent other people from making the same mistake. I've heard stories of that kind. And she said more. She said that some witches are able to trap and enslave those souls, and use them to influence others. They speak things in other people's ears, convincing them to do things they don't want to do. Pacts, trades, betting. That woman is very creative. Creative, indeed. Creativity is the most underrated tool, and the most powerful one. It is through creativity that we see through the mirror of reality, and unveil the truth. Makes sense. You still have much to learn, Faust. How do you know my name? I heard it last time. Don't you remember? No. Last time, but I've never been here. It's okay, fellow. By the way, you can call me Garson. I am not feeling well. I feel some kind of vertigo. Well. I was wondering when you would show up again. Did you miss me, honey? I don't want to do the voice. I gave myself a headache with the, cough voices. That bartender seems to know some things. Now, I know what you are. Another slave of the witch. Such harsh words for a boy. This is how you thank me for having helped you so much? Helped? All you did was give me stupid ideas. But I also gave you good advice. More than I could have given. It is your fault if you only listened to the bad ones. Anyway, I'm very close to getting rid of her, and you will help me. And why would I help you? One hand washes the other, as you would say. I want to get rid of her, and you too. I don't want to be involved with anything with you. We'll see when the time comes. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. She vanished, and I was again alone with the bartender. Enough talking. You came here to drink. A beer would be great. I'm on it, fellow. I was depressed. I drank to drown my tears and feelings. Then I decided to return to the hotel. On the way back, I found a person that I knew better than I would like to. I knew it would be easy to bring you here, Faust. What do you want from me? This time he will not protect you. I looked behind me and saw the man in the suit. Faust, run! Shut up! She made a gesture with a cane and the poor man rose above the ground. I can break each one of the... Another gesture and the dreadful snap, his leg twisted. What the fuck? What the fuck? Bones. His arms began to twist. With a small gesture, she made each one of his fingers twitch. Body. And kill you infinite times, and you still will not have what you deserve. For having killed my son. I'm sorry, there was nothing else I could do. As soon as my son gets his new body, I will change the past. Each one of his descendants, yours and your children with that woman, all Fausts. All of them will no longer exist, and my son and I will have had a life that you denied us. She made one last gesture with her hand, and his neck was broken. That woman was dangerous. I hadn't understood what she wanted to do with me. But I would not, wait and see. But I knew I had to face her head on. Yeah, let's face her head on. I rushed up to her, ready to hit her. Take this, crazy old witch! Why do I have to hit her? My fist had stopped completely. I couldn't move any muscle in my body. Your luck is that I need your whole body. Those were the last words I heard before passing out. Why can't I use my fucking charm more? I woke up without knowing for how long I'd been sleeping. I was laid down, arms outstretched. Behind my head a tombstone under an old tree. Around me symbols drawn with some sort of white powder. Back to me, facing the moon, was the witch. I tried to move, but my body was paralyzed. His head looks tiny. What is this place? Under the ground, immediately below you, in the same position, are the bones of my son. It's been too long, hundreds of years. We waited so long for this moment. Finally, I will be able to fix it all, to make it right, to change the past. And what do I have to do with all of this? My son died 666 years ago. I started a ritual. A ritual which last step must be done by him using your body. The body that was supposed to be his. What do you mean was supposed to be his? That man with green eyes is the father of my son. When he allowed my son to be killed by the church, he broke the fate of our heritage. I was supposed to have grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Instead, I watched the lineage of that woman proliferate. A Catholic woman whom he married. You are a descendant of that man, Faust, born on the same day as my son, evening of April 30th. You should have been the reincarnation of him. Reincarnation does not exist. It is as I told you, it makes no difference whether you believe it or not. After all this banter with selling your soul and other things, you still doubt what you see? I am crazy, I must be crazy. When my son died, I have imprisoned a part of his soul with me. And that part of his soul that had a bond with that man, I've abandoned. The part that is within you. So, is this why I always feel so incomplete? Yes, but you'll be whole pretty soon, although you won't remember anything. When the soul of my son takes over your body, his personality will take precedence over yours. I want nothing of that man in my son. When he and I get together again, he will use this dagger to complete the ritual, and history shall be rewritten. Why are you doing this only now? It needed to be today. Today is the day that my son died, the anniversary of his death. I've kept my eye on you for a long time. You remember the first time you saw me? At the bus stop? No, the first time was just a moment before that. Oh, you're joking! You were born on the same day as my son. Fucking what? That's crazy bullshit. That is BS. Wow. Why are you telling me all of this? One of the conditions for the ritual is that you know exactly what is being done. Condition I have just fulfilled to the letter. I followed you from afar since the day you were born, and guaranteed that your life was the most tedious possible. After all, I needed you to make the pact. So you would end up selling as much of your soul as possible. The less soul you have in this body of yours, the easier it shall be for my son to take control over your personality. Unfortunately, I have failed on this. You are really strong, but my son shall be stronger than you. It will be painful to him, but I cannot wait anymore. It must be done today. I'm so glad I kept 100% of my fucking soul. If you do not resist, it will be less painful. She stuck the dagger right on my left hand. Pain. I felt excruciating pain. It was terrible. I could scream, but I could not struggle. In fact, it is painful anyway. The voice sounded distant, very distant. I opened my eyes. It was like I was at the bottom of an endless ocean. I wondered if I was dying. Oh, you're still alive? What do you want from me? I thought you already knew that. My mother wants to put me in your body. She also wants me to take over your mind. Who are you? My name is Cedric. It's always a Cedric. My mother must have already spoken to you about me. Where am I? We are inside your mind. This is the exact moment we are sharing in your body. Friendly? For now. The ritual has begun. Do not fight. And why would I do that? We can make a deal. Deal? I hate my mother, that manipulative hell of a witch. She kept me prisoner all this time. She just wants to have control over everything. I have no intention of following her plan, and I don't believe we can live as one whole. But we can share the same body. One of us might always be in control. Which one of us? You? Me? It depends who has the strongest will. It's not so bad. The one that is not in control can still be heard. I don't want this. I knew you couldn't be that stupid, Faust. Okay, I admit, I tricked you. I got all the soul I needed to get free. In our special night together. So, that's how you got free. What's going on? We didn't have a special night. That witch imprisoned me. She took my better side, transforming me in this simple being and enslaved me. She has forced me to use my gifts to trick men and women in order to make them trade their souls for their foolest desires. You are just another one of her slaves. You just accepted to serve her in order to escape the punishment for suicide. You know very well who is responsible for my suicide. Your mother manipulated me into doing what I did. Just like she's been doing for centuries with so many people, and it's your fault. I'm not guilty of my mother's actions. Don't ask. I didn't ask to die. No, but she was only able to keep you imprisoned with her because you accepted to. I didn't want to die. For God's sakes, I couldn't imagine she would go through with this. Change the past? How many souls has she collected to do this? She's already weak for having started the ritual. Give me what's left of your soul, Faust, so I can have a body and then enough power to vanquish her. All my soul? You are already condemned. At least you won't be able to alter the past this way. Ha 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 ha! Are you really going to give out all your souls so you can get rid of all of this? My deal is better option, Faust. Faust, don't believe him. Once he gets in your body, he will imprison your personality. If you take my deal, I will grant you a wish. Even though your personality might be gone, I shall grant it to you. And how do I know you're going to grant it at all? Let's make a bet. I bet 100% on my soul that I will fulfill my promise. That means if I do not fulfill it, I'll lose all of my soul and the control over your body will be yours. If she finishes the ritual and he finishes his mother's ritual, your father, your grandfather, and all your ancestors from the last 666 years shall not exist anymore. They will simply be gone. And of course, you shall not exist either. Time in that place was a strange thing. I could not define if it was taking the fastest decision in my whole life, or if hours went by while I was deciding. My solution seemed good enough, so... Alright guys, we got a big decision to make. I don't know what to do. I don't like either of them. Both of them are manipulative assholes. Both of them just want something for themselves. Neither of them are really thinking of me in this. I could face him, but I have no strength, and so far my like ability to use my words has not come up like quite as much as I would have liked. So fundamentally, I either have to take a deal or I have to die. I think I'm gonna face him. I don't like either of their deals. Both of them are shitty. I give her 100% of my soul, and she defeats the person, but I'm not there anymore. I let him take over my body, and he like fucking subverts my personality into like my subconscious, and fundamentally turns me into him. I don't like that. I want to be me. So I just have to decide to face him. I won't make a deal with anybody. Silly boy, he is much more powerful than you. This is my body, this is my mind, this is my soul. Get out of here now. Silly boy, if that's what you want, deal with him by yourself. You are brave, Faust. You are really a part of me. My body and soul are mine. A sword made of dark light appeared in his hand. This is your end, Faust. Say goodbye. Jumping at me, he struck as hard as he could. But before the sword could hit me, something stopped him. What is this? It is a barrier of your will. That is why it was necessary for you to sell a large part of your soul. You do not have enough power to stop me. You repeatedly hit my barrier. It's useless to resist. I will destroy your will. The barrier began to crack. Ah! He jumped with everything he got towards the barrier, striking furiously. I had to do something. Attack him? My barrier shuddered. And from it came a big thorn. It stabbed Cedric's body. No! He vanished. He was absorbed by my barrier. I could feel myself regaining my consciousness. Cedric? He's here, but so am I. What did you do to him? I just resisted. Let me talk to her, Faust. But now I have to put up with this voice inside my head. My eyes rolled back and my body convulsed in a spasm, howling, and the voice that came out was no longer mine. Now it's me, Mother. What has he done to you, my son? He fought back. Now I have to share this body with him, and he has more control than I do. I will not stand this for long. Think wisely about what you are going to do, Cedric. Shut up, Faust. I gotta do what I gotta do. Quickly, complete the ritual before he regains control. Use your blood to rewrite history. Then I saw myself looking at the dagger as if I was considering what to do. Then I saw myself throwing the book away. I'm plunging the dagger into her heart. But why? You've imprisoned me for so long. You could have let me go. I could have lived another life already. But my son, it wouldn't have been you. Die for once, witch. After some time. Wow, that was fucking crazy. Jesus Christ. Okay. Many people go through by this pub. However, none of them are ordinary people. Ordinary people just don't see it. They go by without even noticing the pub. Only the insane, the restless, and the misfits find this place. Take the man sitting in front of me, for example. In reality, he is two. Two men, two different persons, same body. One of them is the son of a crazy mother and a cursed father. The other one spent all his life searching for the missing part of himself. Oh, I'm the bartender! Both were incomplete. So, you want the usual? Yeah, the usual. Why do you like this pub so much, Faust? Besides the drunks who never leave this place. You are our most loyal customer. This was the first place I went to when I got here. That must have left quite a mark on me. You never think of going back to your homeland? You know, I can't. And you know that? If you really want to, you can. Yeah, I know. But I also know that some things aren't worth the price we must pay. Happy ending? Question mark? Jesus Christ, okay. That was a bit mental. Yeah. I'm not sure about that. I enjoyed the game. And I enjoyed the story. However, I feel like it was hastily put together. Maybe if there was a little bit more breathing room, maybe if there was a little bit more time with some of the characters to kind of get to know them. like, especially, like, your friend, Wagner, it would have been nice to maybe get to know him, because his, like, sudden switch around, like, from drug dealer, from good friend to druggie slash, like, suicide, would have had more emotional weight. And also, if we'd gotten to know him a little bit better, like, as a character, like, actually have him be confronted with drug dealers, or have him confronted with drugs and stuff, and him turn it down, that would set up the concept that maybe he doesn't do drugs, and that suicide isn't something that he would do, and that would clue us on a little bit more to, like, it being something about the pact, maybe somebody trying to manipulate us into position. But otherwise, I think it was a really good idea. I just think maybe, like, some of the bits could have been expanded on a little bit more, and fleshed out, and maybe paced out a little bit better. But other than that, I enjoyed it. I'm starting to really dig these kind of graphic adventure, kind of choose your adventure things. I'm kind of really enjoying them. So, I've been Andy, you've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time when I play something else. I don't know what I'm going to play. I have to look for more of these. Jesus. Ugh. Putting them down. It's going to be a pain. If you know of any free ones, like, let me know, because then I can play them and be, like, all up on that. So I will catch you guys next time. Goodbye. Also, Tim Orr, red shirt of the Obsidian Order. Yes. Yes.